Hello guys, so this is the video for day 3. There's 3 of road trip, and it was again not that eventful. We woke up at like noon, and then I laid in bed until like 1, and then I got up and showered and got ready and got on my computer and tried to figure out how to make my webcam work just like on my computer without using YouTube. And obviously I didn't figure it out since I'm doing this on Nicole's camera, but I first talked to my mom and got very frustrated and was mean to her because that's what I do sometimes when I get angry. But she and I couldn't figure it out, so I called customer service, and like, okay, first thing I get is this computer woman, and like if your voice is like slightly agitated, then like it does not understand you. It just like I swear it like does it on purpose. It's like, no, be nice to me or I'm going to give you the wrong connections. And so like I already told you that I was a little bit angry because I couldn't figure it out, because I've been trying to figure this out for like 5 days now, and that's longer than that. That's an under exaggeration. Is that right? I don't know. Anyway, so the little computer woman kept rejecting me, and she's like, did you say finances? And I'm like, no, I said webcam. Not even close. I just like and then I'd get more angry, and then she'd understand me less and send me to the wrong people more. And then like when I finally calmed down enough to say the answer right, then she sent me to another computer question, and I went through like 20 of those, and then finally I get connected to a person, and she is not from America. No, she's definitely, I don't think that anyone at Dell lives in or has ever been to America. And so she was like from India, and I could not understand what she was saying at all. Like even when she was giving me codes like C Charlie B Bob, it was like I was struggling to understand what she was saying to me like the entire time. So not only am I frustrated that my computer is not doing what it's supposed to do, like what it was promised to me to do, but also I'm like straining to listen to this woman on this phone, and like by the time I like finally register what she says, and she's like, "Ma'am, are you there?" and like gets frustrated with me because I'm so slow, but she's actually really nice. But I talked to her for literally like 45, no, an hour minutes, an hour. And we just like, she did this little thing, she connected to my computer and she took over my screen, which is really creepy. So guys, if you're ever going to call Dell Support, they're going to take over your computer, and you should probably not have dirty stuff on your screen. Luckily, I am a good person and don't do that stuff, but that was a little harsh. I'm sorry. Anyway, it was just, she couldn't figure it out, and she's like, you need to just put in this CD into your computer and then figure it out that way. And then finally my mom and I talked, and like I had to replace my hard drive a little bit ago, which is stupid because my computer is less than a year old and I already had to replace my hard drive. But anyway, so hopefully, I guess I just have to get the CD because the webpage that I went to wouldn't load. But that was a long rambling story about my webcam that's still not working. But anyway, I talked to the support thing for like an hour, and we didn't figure it out, but she was nice even though I couldn't understand her. And then they transferred me to her supervisor, and of course I wouldn't say anything mean at all, like, you're not from America and I can't understand what you're saying. So I was like, no, my time was great, she was super nice, yeah, it was great, I really appreciated it. And he's like, okay, you have a nice day. And it was just like, he was also from India, obviously that was really bad, but it was just a little bit frustrating to me. And then so by the time I got off the phone and realized that I couldn't fix my webcam, I was really just like frustrated, which if you have me on Facebook, I was like oh, I am so angry, my computer needs to fall into a body of water, in all caps. That was what I wrote. I just read it off the screen. And so that was just a frustrating time for me. And so Nicole and I like rushed out of the house. I made her rush out of the house because I couldn't stand being here anymore. And so we went to drive around, and we decided to go to Portland. So there was horrible traffic, which made me more angry. And then there's like all these exits that you don't mean to take the exits, but like the road just like directs you into it, and then suddenly you're stuck. And then there's jerks behind you that even if you put on your blinker for like 20 minutes, they're like, I'm not gonna let that person over. No, I'm just gonna piss them off more and more until eventually they decide to drive off the edge of a cliff. And that's how I felt by the end of the drive in Portland. And But anyway, we got finally to the mall, and we went and ate at Applebee's and ate way too much. And there were these three guys there, sitting there, and they had like all Blazers stuff on. And I was like watching the Mariners game, and then like one of the guys, they were drunk. One of the guys is like, "Hey, are you guys going to the game tonight?" And I'm like, "No, are you guys?" And he's like, "Yeah." And Nicole turns around and she's like, "What game?" And he's like, "The Portland Trailblazers game." And like the friend that's like behind Nicole starts laughing, and she's like, "Are you laughing at me? I'm not from here. You shouldn't be laughing at me for not knowing what team's playing tonight." And I was like, "Well," or she said, "Shouldn't be laughing at us." And I'm like, "Well, speak for yourself. I know that the Blazers are playing, but sorry, Nicole. Didn't mean to make you sound slow or anything." But she just like got really angry because she thought the guy was laughing at her, so she like was mean to them. And then the guy was like snappy back at her and was like, "It's like, well, I'm sorry. I was just saying blah blah blah, but you have a nice night, miss." And then it was just like turned around, and they were all like just being annoying. And when they finally got up to leave, it was before us, and one of the guys, the guy who said that to Nicole, came over and like apologized sincerely and was like, they all walked out, and we told them to have fun at the game. And I was hoping that they would give us tickets all along, which is why I had hoped that Nicole would be nice to him instead of being angry when he laughed. But anyway, they didn't give us tickets, and then they left. And then like 2 or 3 minutes later, one of the guys comes in, the one who originally talked to me about, and asked me if I wanted to go or was going to the game. And he's like, "So my friends and I were wondering if we could buy you guys some drinks." And we're just like and I like couldn't think of anything to say, so I just really sat there like I was just kind of uncomfortable. And he's like, "Well, I thought that you were cute before my buddy got drunk and decided to say rude stuff to you and like blah blah blah." And he's like going on, and then and we're just like, I'm like, "Well, how old do you think that we are?" And he's like, 22, 22, and you're both hot." And I was just like, "That's funny. Oh my gosh." And I was really like very uncomfortable. He was like the creepiest guy, and he smelled strongly of tobacco. Like he'd just gone out and smoked a cigarette, and then that gave him the nerve to come back inside and talk to us and be creepy. And so he talked to us about that, and then he's like, was obviously like waiting for a phone number. So Nicole gave him her real number, which made me really uncomfortable, but she did. And then later when he texted her, she just like ignored him, and he like called her continually, like every single text, "Cutie." He's like, "Do you want to hang out, cutie? What are you doing right now, cutie?" She's like, "If you call me cutie one more time, I'm gonna have a hit out on you." And then he's like, "All right, calm down, cutie." And it was just like, cutie is not really a name I would really recommend to anyone to call anyone, except for like a small child or a dog, but not a girl that you're trying to hit on. That is way too young for you. I swear they were like 30. Oh, and also another creepy thing that he said while he was there before he left, he was like sitting there awkwardly while waiting for the number, obviously. He was like, "You guys are just really hot. Like, I want to make out with both of you." And then that was just like the point of too much for me. I was just like, "Please leave now. I don't know what to say to you to make you leave, but please go away." And then it was just very scary. Not a good I have no words. Obviously, it was just wow. And anyway, so after that, we went to the mall and wasted time. We went to Forever 21, which is a wonderful place, and wasted time there. And then drove back, and I missed the exit, and by 15 miles. And so we flipped a U-E and went back on the freeway that you always get stuck on, can't take roads to turn around on, you know, that. And finally got back to our exit, and then went to McDonald's, returned our red boxes, I got a parfait, and Nicole got a hamburger or something. And then we came back here, and she's in bed, and now I'm making this. So I love olives. I can't remember if I said that at the beginning of the movie. Did I? I don't know, but I really do. Maybe it's because they're so salty. I just ate a can of them. They're really salty, and they're fantastic. I love salt. Like, I'm addicted to salt. I eat it on my green apples, and sometimes I put it in my hand and lick it off. I don't know if it's really bad for me, I'm sure. But Anyway, don't worry about me. I got this. Okay, so it's time for me to go to bed. It's going to be before 5 o'clock, except for these videos are taking really long to upload. But thank you for watching. I love you. And a wink to close it, because I really just made that my thing. And I hope you have a fantastic day, night, weekend, morning, afternoon, dinner, lunch, supper, brunch, breakfast. Yeah.